Hi. Next, we move to chapter 4, assessing the entrepreneurship environment. So, the learning objective to understand the aspect and importance of identifying good domestic or international opportunities, to be able to identify these opportunities, to be able to create an opportunity assessment plan, to present the problem and the barrier in the global market, to be able to select a global market, to understand the option for entering a foreign market. Next, the opportunity recognition and the opportunity assessment plan. So the assessment plan, you have to determine the profitability of product and service idea. So the idea may come from four sections. The first section is identify the uniqueness of the idea that you would like to sell. The idea, the product or services must have this unique selling proposition. What is a unique selling proposition? USP. Have you heard before? So USP is a the unique feature or the unique benefit that you could offer to your customer that makes your brand better than your competitors. For example, what is the USP for iPhone? I believe most of my students are iPhone users. So why you purchase iPhone? Is it because of the brand? Is it because of the software? Is it because of the camera? Okay, so the USP must be highlighted during the promotion. And then the second section is focused on the market. Look at the size, the trend, characteristic, and the growth rate. So the good business idea, the entrepreneur must comply with the current market trend. The entrepreneur have to look around, look at the surrounding, what are the current market trending. Okay. The third one is the focus on the entrepreneurs and management team skills and experience. So you ask your team what uh, they good at, whether they're good at computer. Maybe they are expert in developing an apps. So appoint those person in developing the apps, for example. Or maybe one of the team they're good at the marketing. So put those who are good in the marketing department. And the fourth section is develop a timeline indicating the steps to successful launch the venture. Whatever product that you would like to sell, you have to create the timeline. Okay? At least you keep on track. Next, the information sources where you can get where you can gain the business idea. Sometimes for me, when I have my relaxed time during my while I'm sit in toilet, for example, so I can simply get the idea. This idea, business idea, can something that you cannot force, something that will come without you realize it. Okay, but according to this textbook, the information can come from various sources. The first one is through the assistant, from the training, consulting, and mentoring provided by experienced executives and entrepreneurs. So you can see maybe Azizan Osman, for example. So this is one of the example for the mentoring. And then general information, startup assistant on web-based resources. It is more on learning resources. The website that provide you the online learning resources. And then industry and market information available on industry and market database. It is a company that actually provide the data with regard to customer that you target. And then the competitive company and product info provided by external sources may come from the supplier or stakeholder. Next, the industry and the market information. The competitive company product information provided by external sources, the government sources, search engine. Have you heard about the Google trend? If you never heard about the Google trend, you may Google it now. Through Google Trend, you can see the trend, the keyword that people currently search for. For example, during this coronavirus, I just searched the Google Trend. The keyword that Malaysian search is eyeless tari. Do you know what is eyeless tari? Is the scheme that being offered by the KWSP, EPF. Okay. Next, the trade association provide country-specific industry data, and trade publication, the information and insight on trend and company perspective on the market and market condition. So, because different country they have a different preferences. Okay, the customer at Malaysia, for example, have different preference with the customer from um, East countries like Egypt, maybe like Turkey, for example. Last time I went to Turkey, most of their food is, I would say, tasteless, no non-spicy food, because the Turkey people, their food is more on veggie and bread. Malaysian love nasi. You must have rice every single day, especially during Ramadan, right? Okay. Even in Malaysia, we also have different preference from people different region. For example, those from east states like Kelantan, Terengganu, their preference are more like a sweet food, isn't it? When I was working at Kelantan last time, at the McDonald, they highlight the word manis manis for the dessert because they know their customer love sweet dessert compared to those who are from um, the north. Maybe their preference more spicy food. So you have to clear about your customer, your targeted customer preference. Alright, the nature of international entrepreneurship. The international entrepreneurship process of conducting business activities across national boundaries is constitute exporting, licensing, or opening a sales office in another country. So I would like to share with you. We used to use this word globalization. Every business they would like to penetrate the global market, to penetrate to the product to outside from the origin country. But I would say this post COVID-19, the entrepreneur may go for regional rather than international, because we can see the new normal will let us limit our movement from abroad, because we are not going to come back uh, as we are as we were previously. So because of this new normal, maybe the focus of the market is more on regional compared to the international product. Okay, next, the international versus domestic business. International is when you sell your product abroad. Domestic is you focus on the within your country. So the first one is in terms of the economy. The domestic focus on the organized under a single economic system has the same currency. In Malaysia, we have ringgit Malaysia, example. International require dealing with differences in terms of the level of economic development, the currency evaluation, the government regulation, banking, venture capital, the marketing and distribution system. You have to when you decide to internationalize your business, you have to study about the market that you would like to in. What are the currency? What are the government regulation that they implemented? Okay. Next, the stage of economic development, ability to successfully engage in international business depends on this supportive system. These are the fundamental infrastructure, the banking, the educational, legal system, the business ethic and norms. Next is the current account, the trade or status of import or export between countries. For example, like whether the country that you would like to venture with, they have a good relationship with our country. As a Malaysian, you are so lucky because Malaysia have good relationship with almost all country in the world except for Israel because uh, we don't have a diplomatic relationship with Israel. But other than that, inshallah, you can penetrate your business. Next, the types of economic system, whether by using barter, system barter, you remember system barter? The barter system is a method of paying using non-money item. Maybe you exchange your product and the other product. And then third-party arrangement, paying for goods indirectly through another source. And look at the political legal environment, assessment of the country's policies and its stability. Okay, a country with a very good stability will attract more investors to invest their money to that particular country. Example, we used to familiar with a US as the country that have a stability. But the current situation that we're having right now, because of this COVID-19, we can see US is slightly affected from this coronavirus, and it gives lot of impact towards their economy. So maybe US is no longer one of the well stable country. Previously, we have, for example, like Palestine. Palestine, their country are not stable because there's a war between the Palestine and the Israel. So it is a not good country to be invest because once you invest, you always want a return, right? So the country that you choose must have a stable politic condition. Next, the political risk. Look at the operating risk, the transfer risk, the ownership, and conflict. So, as an entrepreneur, you have to be aware with the risks that you will bear. The critical area in terms of the property rights, the contract law, the product safety, and the product liability. And of course, different country have different language. You must hire a translator to make your communication easier. The technological environment, as an entrepreneur, you have to aware about the technology advancement that available in that country. For example, like a developed country, they have a very good in terms of internet connectivity compared to the um, developing country like Malaysia. We are into that. Okay. Okay. The various aspect of culture in terms of religion, agama, political philosophy, economics and economic philosophy, education, manners and customs, language, and social structure. Because different countries they have a different way of life, the different culture. Even though like Korea, South Korea and North Korea, even though they are neighbor country, the difference between these two countries is too big. South Korea are more K-pop, more entertainment industry, whereas the North Korea is more detector country. You can see the army is everywhere when you go to the North Korea. You can search at Google, at YouTube. Uh, the experience from several traveler who visit the North Korea. You see, North Korea is different from South Korea, even though they are just neighbor. So you have to study about their culture. And then the available distribution system, the factor that impact the distribution system. Of course, you want to look at the sales potential, the competition, the cost of the product, especially the cost of shipment, and the geographical size and density. Next is a look at the investment policy, exchange rate and control, level of political risk, uh, overall marketing plan. Level of political risk will reflect to the economy of the country. Okay. Okay, the motivation to go global, of course, number one, because of the profit. Okay, profit become the normal reason why the entrepreneur would like to venture their business in that particular country. And then they have a competitive pressure, the unique product or service, and so on. Tax benefit, maybe you can enjoy the tax exemption when you do your business outside from Malaysia, right? Okay, the foreign market selection, the five-step approach to market selection. Look at the appropriate indicator, collect the data from that country and convert into comparable indicator. Establish an appropriate weight for each indicator. Analyze the data and select the appropriate market from the market ranking. Company-specific indicators should be developed to determine overall market size indicator, market growth indicator, and the product indicator. Next, the entrepreneurial entry strategies. First is exporting. We export, which is the sales and shipment of product in one country to customer in another country. We have indirect exporting and direct exporting. No equity arrangement. Look at the licensing, the turnkey project, the management contract, and non-equity arrangement. And then the licensing and turnkey project and management contract. Alright, next is direct foreign investment. Whether you like to invest through a minority interest or maybe you JV with the third company in that country or majority interest. Majority interest, you have to purchase more than 50% of the share to make you possess the biggest shareholder. Normally, when you possess more than 50%, you are the owner of the company and you are able to make decision uh, for that company. Next, a merger, obtaining 100% ownership to ensure complete control. It can happen through horizontal or vertical. Okay. And next one is product extensive merger. We also have market extensive merger, diversified activity merger, and then partnering with a foreign entrepreneurs. Advantage is facilitate the business transaction when you have a partner from the other country. Um, the partner from that particular country, they understand well about the market, about the opportunity that available. So you can save your money and time to study about the market. Example. And then the trade barrier, of course, when talking about the international business, we always have the trade business. Trade barrier. Trade barrier is a something that you have to um, encounter before you go to that market. Okay, so this is the example of the trade barrier. And the last one is the impact of trade barrier, increase cost. Of course, there's additional tax and cost that you have to um, bear, and limit entrepreneur ability to sell product in country from production facility outside the country, and necessitate the relocating production facilities to conform to local regulation, because as the outsiders we have to comply with the local regulation. Just like when you go to someone else's house, you cannot simply make the house is just like your house. Okay? We have to respect the host, and then we have to respect each other now. Okay. Alright guys, that's all for chapter 4. Thank you.